Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, it's that time once again for Fire Esports Overwatch. My name is Finberry and this is Austin Clokus.
Absolutely, and coming at you live from the school that will make them go, oh, you guys have an Overwatch team? Yes, we do, and we are here to play. SCU Fire is going to be playing Arkansas and their team over there. You know, have you ever been to Arkansas?
I have been to Arkansas.
How was it?
My uncle and his family lived there.
Oh, cool.
Yeah,
how was that? I'm sorry, I'm just going to scoot over here a little bit. There we go.
It was a while ago. We kind of just hung around their house all the time, and as my friend Davis would say about Arkansas, there's not a whole lot to do there.
Not a whole lot to do, which, I mean, I think this says a lot for the team because maybe that means they have more time to practice, so...
Yeah, I think tonight's going to be a fun game. You know, last week was certainly interesting. As I recall, there was a Torbjorn 1v1 that happened.
I remember that.
We'll see if that continues, though. I doubt we're going to see another one of those, but if we did, it would certainly be fun. That's for sure.
Absolutely. Now, we do remember SCU was down 2 starters last week for the black team. This time, I think they're only down 1. That's correct, right?
Yes.
It's just
they're down
this
1.
time we have Gaming Legacy going to be subbing in for B once again on
Technically,
the
they're down a sub, too. They're down a main and their normal sub.
Oh, and they're down. They are down.
So this will be interesting.
Too. So, yeah.
And then, of course, actually, ladies and gentlemen, tonight, we have most likely a double dose of Overwatch for you with the red team playing at 9 o'clock. So depending on how this game goes, if it goes all the way to Game 5, probably won't jump into the red team game depending on the time. But if this goes smoothly for either Arkansas or SCU, then we'll probably be able to give you 2 matches of Overwatch today.
Well, you'll be able to give them
that's
2
right.
matches of Overwatch
Austin,
today.
Mr. Hawaiian over here, Zamboni Driver, will be playing, I think you're playing DPS today, right?
Absolutely. I'm going to be mixing it up. I'll be playing a little bit of DPS, a little bit of tank. You'll see some Hog, maybe some Junk, some Reaper. It should be a great time, and I will be rocking the Hawaiian shirt all the way to the finish line, getting that dub for the team. So yeah, at 9 o'clock, if we're streaming that, be sure to check it out. It should be a lot of fun. I'll be Garbage Time is the tag, so if you see it, you can be like... Oh,
we have Garbage Time's #1 fan in the Twitch.
Oh, we do? Awesome. Well, hi there,
sometimes.
#1 fan.
I wonder who that could be.
It's not me.
Anyway.
Oh, no. It's him. He made a Twitch account called Garbage Time's #1 fan. I'm not making this up.
Hey, Finn, just try to remember we're streaming and we are live, Finn. But anyway,
Cut the cameras.
just professionalism.
That's like liking your own Facebook post, man.
That is what that's like, isn't it?
Which is also what I do. But professionalism in the workplace, definitely something that we are working on right now.
Oh, no.
So, yeah.
Professionalism. I totally don't have a Twitch account named Garbage Time #1 fan.
Absolutely, and we are going to be starting off with Lijiang Tower.
Of course, as always. Which of the 3 maps do you think we're going to first on Lijiang?
Garden.
Garden?
Actually, Night Market.
You think a Night Market? I'm actually gonna go Garden.
Shoot,
I
but
was
I
also
started
gonna-
Garden.
I
Okay, fine,
was going to pick
Night
Garden,
Market.
and then you said Garden. I was
Okay,
like,
Night Market. Okay. Night Market. I think I feel like it's gonna be Control Tower, but
And look at this.
Night Market. Oh, are they casting too? Oh,
No, I
man.
think they're just doing player views.
But they're just.
Yeah. But you know, that's fine.
Move this over there. There we go.
We're gonna have Skycam today.
Oh yeah, let's do Skycam real quick. Okay, we're gonna cut real fast to the Skycam. And do we have it set up? We do. Gonna cut over.
Look at that.
Look how smooth and HD this Skycam is right now. We get a beautiful view of everything going around in the esports room. And right here we have our black team and the coach Oren getting ready for this game. And they're really excited and they're having a ton of fun.
Oh, wait.
Just waiting for it. Oh,
Keep
we're
the
gonna
Skycam rolling.
Oh, we're gonna keep the Skycam rolling.
As you can see over here, we have the black team preparing to play tonight. It should be a good time. The camera's just going away. Cool.
Okay, we're gonna
Can't
cut
get
back.
that shot in my ear there, but
We're gonna cut back to the regular cam. And there we
Dude.
go. We gotta
Sorry,
cut back
I had to
there.
go on site.
Absolutely.
I had to run.
And that's one of the things here. That's some of the great tech we have access to here in the esports department. Is things like our Skycam, where we can tune into everything going around in this massive room.
We should actually like get a camera that's up on the ceiling. That would be
What are you talking about? We do.
No, like
The
because
Skycam.
the Skycam like floats around, right? But what if we got one like hooked to the ceiling? It came down.
Well, what I want to do is like I told you, I want to do a video where we have a camera just there and it's you and me explaining.
No, you
Rocket
can't. You
League.
can't talk about it. You can't spoil it.
Okay.
You spoil it.
Whatever. Anyway, so
That would ruin half the fun.
maybe that'll just be a I don't want to do that as Coco and Casters because I want that to be an uploaded video.
No, yeah.
But anyway, speaking of which, Coco and Casters, we were gonna have that
But
yesterday.
the power went out.
But the power
all
went
over
out here.
campus.
All over campus. So
We got up here and everything was dark.
everything.
The best part was I literally just set up everything. I got like OBS going and stuff. I was like, all right, ready to go. Austin will get here, and then boom, power outage.
Yep, absolutely. So instead we had fun. Finn went and played Dungeons and Dragons.
did.
I went to a wedding. It was a lot of fun.
Yeah.
So anyway, with that being said, going back to this game.
Oh,
Look at that!
Look at that
Wow,
timing.
look at that timing. Going back to this game,
Perfect
which is now
transition
just
there.
getting ready to start. Let's see where we're headed.
It's what?
Control. I knew it.
Dude, I never see this first. I swear.
It is quite odd, but I feel like I thought of it
You
in
had
the
a
back
1
of
in
my
3
head.
chance.
I felt like it was gonna come. Anyway,
Anyways, we have Arkansas State in the blue.
You know what I love doing?
And SU in the red.
I love taking an ash right up there to that top point,
Just like throwing.
and just throwing grenades or dynamite down and just sniping people from the top. McCree kind of, but then you can't really utilize his stun very well.
I didn't realize this was like a satellite up here. I'd never really.
I feel like it's just a chandelier.
No, it's a satellite.
Let's look over at the comp we have. We do have a sim.
As usual. For the
Yeah,
early
it's kind of what
teleport
we've
out.
grown to expect. We've got a sim on both sides of the map. And then this is a comp that, we've started to see more and more, especially from SU of the Ryan Diva, which I really have grown to enjoy. I love having that Diva where you can dive in, and then the Ryan sort of is the safety net where Diva can retreat to.
Yeah, and I gotta say, it's gonna be an interesting kind of matchup here, because if you'll know, we've got the DPS are mirrored and the supports are mirrored, but the tanks are a little bit different with that Zarya in place of the Diva here, which means that Arkansas is going to favor a little bit more defensive than what SCU does.
Right. Can we turn this down a little bit
Yeah.
just for our sake?
I was gonna say it's pretty loud.
It's just a little bit loud, just so I
I
can
think
hear what you're
that's-
saying. But we do have our first kill. Gaming Legacy, the sub, is going to go down by Spades. And then Junkrat going to knock off Nadian and Kale. And
Dang.
Agape and Mako soon to follow. And this is going to be a quick roll by Arkansas.
Yeah, and Arkansas is just coming out strong here, and to be perfectly honest, I think I'm going to put up to the choice difference in the tanks here. And the reason I say that is that extra survivability that Zarya provides is massive, right? Because
Right,
the thing
that
about
bubble.
Diva is sure you have defense matrix to keep mainly yourself alive, but the rest of your team is in a bit of a spot.
Exactly. Yeah, Diva. Oh.
Oh, they're
And
making their way across here. Kairos is going to have
Gonna
to
go
jump
down.
out here. He's going to be blocking as much as he can with the defense matrix, but only lasts a long fire in the hole coming out from Husker here. And it's going to be, it's going to be finding a fire
that's
strike.
big for SCU. Every ult, especially Junkrat's ult, which is so deadly, very, very important in this game. So definitely big there. But just so far, still holding on to this point. It looks like SCU going to get some ground. But are they going to destroy the turrets? Decent shatter, not going to be able to convert it into any kills, it looks like.
It's only
but yeah,
going to secure Husker.
those turrets chipping away at Mako right as he walked outside. And this shatter going to be really big.
Interesting, the sound
But this
barrier.
time, sound barrier going to come down.
Yeah, I got to say, I'm not entirely certain I agree with the sound barrier there
Sure.
right after the shatter. I feel like they could have saved it as for a situation kind of like
Oh,
this.
nice beat there to
Here we go.
counter.
It's going to be Kairos jumping in, and it's going to be the counter attack from SU, and it's going to be going well here. It's going to be Ratak. I almost said Batman for some reason. Ratak take it down, and the rest of Arkansas is going to retreat, and SU is
Absolutely.
going to take the point.
And for all we had to say about that Diva, it sure looked like it came in handy there, able to zip around, clean up some kills, and now we've got Bomb ready to go. Interesting to see the placement on it.
Yeah, again though, I
and a window
honestly
gonna come
feel
out.
the reason Arkansas lost that was the misuse of the sound barrier from Whitty
Absolutely.
there. Because the problem with that was they had already won that fight technically, right? Like in normal logical regards, they technically won that fight.
Right.
The shatter obviously it didn't work, Which, speaking of, holy cow, that 5-man shatter there coming through and getting some good stuns. Arkansas is going to have to back up into their spawn, and SCU is sitting pretty well here.
And you're completely right there. That was definitely not the best sound barrier. Also, though, it was a great sound barrier from Gaming Legacy to combat the grab, from what I saw. And that was really another move that made the difference in winning the fight.
Here comes that
But here we
second
go.
tire from Husker.
First one didn't get much. Is this going to be any different?
It will
it's
be.
going to get Mako, and that's huge.
Mako is going to be falling here, and there goes the lamp, and now it's going to be up to SU to try and take this back. Kairos has the bomb. He's going to pop it here so he can get that mech. It's not going to be really going for the damage here so much as get me my mech back as fast as possible, but that mech is just going to be melted as fast as he got it back there.
Right.
And it's going to be Arkansas taking the point.
He definitely wasn't looking for too many kills there, just wanted that extra percentage on the point, and that's what they got. Now it's up to SCU with a little bit of time to work with if they can regroup and get one more fight in.
Yeah, and again, now Woody has the sound barrier back up, and I'm curious to see where they decide to use it here. Most likely going to be saved, I was going to say, for the tire. It's going to be the grab
will
and
probably
the
be
shatter coming out, but it's actually going to be Catcourt that falls first here.
Oh, not going to get anything. That
Kakarot,
Zarya
sorry.
bubble just in time.
Yep, Zarya Bubble is going to be there in time for Arkansas, but they're going to be 2 down. Both supports have fallen so far, and it's going to be Gaming Legacy looking for him here, but going to be falling, and objective is going to get secured there by Arkansas, securing the first point.
Yeah, definitely a rough one for SCU, but a really close fight there. It definitely did. I think the Kale ult did come down at the end. Not able to get any kills to help win the fight, and definitely just going to be a strong win right there for Arkansas. Moving on, though, what do you see? Do you see any switches, maybe like you said, switching off that Diva, or do you think maybe that's not the key problem here?
I think they keep the Diva. I don't think the Diva's the problem, right? I thought it was a problem more so in that first engagement, just because the Zarya allowed for Arkansas to hold out a bit more.
Kale going to be hopping off the Junkrat, though. Interesting choice.
I'm okay with this.
Going to be moving on to the Mei. I have not seen much of Kale's Mei.
Oh yeah, because you've been playing the last few weeks. It's all right. I wouldn't say it's his specialty, but I think Mei is a pretty good pick here for the stall.
And that's interesting. Not going to be TPing straight to point. Instead, just going to be...
They decide they don't want to keep the sim here, so they don't want to take her on the point. They just want to get that little bit going, and then they swap Agape over to the McCree here. And I think the reason for that is this area is a lot closer, so flashbangs are super useful here.
Right, now SCU moving in, you got to be careful here because you have those turrets just up top. You got to destroy the turrets. So Gaming Legacy going to go down really early in the fight after being bopped off by the opposing Lucio. Kale going to get charged. And there you go, another win right off the bat, it looks like.
Stun. Agape alive with 10 HP.
There you go. Spades going to be getting not 1, but 2, but 3 kills to win that fight.
Yeah, he sure is the ace of spades in that moment right there, just
Absolutely.
popping them out.
And I like what you did
fights.
there.
Dude, I got all of the card tricks.
Yeah, that fight was kind of hopeless right off the bat. When you lose one of your healers, it is going to be really difficult to win that 5v6, and it was no exception for SCU, despite how good they are.
Yeah, and now it's going to be time for SCU. They won the retake last fight.
Windows down. Gonna move around it.
Just gonna wait it out at this point. Not a whole lot of reason to fight here.
You don't want to peek here. That would be a nightmare for SCU. Wall's gonna come
wall.
down.
This grab is gonna come out.
Oh, that shatter looks like it was blocked.
Yeah, Kakarot's shatter gets blocked here, and it's gonna be SCU.
Coming out here.
Low health bars too finally fall. It's gonna be Kale on the point, but he's just gonna get stunned and beaten up, taking his lunch money away. And Spades with the ace up his sleeve there, the high noon and the flashbang, helping him win that fight.
Not much SCU can do there. It was a whole new light show. As you saw the wall, you saw the grab, you saw the shatter. High noon as well, and high noon already spades up to 40-50%. And let me tell you, he's charging that ultimate up incredibly fast, which is going.
Oh no!
Agape.
Oh, Gaming Legacy.
Going to be
Hold up,
down
this is
right
a journey.
Off the bat.
Here we go. We got the ultimates, tank ults up. No one's
shatter.
gonna get stunned by that shatter there. It's gonna be SCU having to back up a bit. Witty is gonna pop that sound barrier once again. Self-destruct goes down, but it's not going to be securing anything. Just getting that Reinhardt shield down. It looks like at this point it's gonna be Arkansas State taking the first map.
Absolutely,
There's
and
just nothing
definitely
SU can do
probably a bit of a surprise by SU, maybe not expecting this to go the way it's been going. But yeah, Arkansas has just played better overall. I think if you're looking specifically on this map, I know Mako wasn't able to get much value out of his shatters. I think he had 2 shatters, maybe 3. I think almost all of them blocked.
I saw about 3 total.
All of them blocked.
One of them did okay. It was the one that got 5, so it's pretty good. Overall, let's be honest, 5 is definitely nothing to scarf at, but the others were just blocked and didn't get anything, or just got 1 player.
Absolutely, and Shatter really going to be that big ult to win you fights, and not able to do much with that, and then it was also just picks right off the back. We saw Gaming Legacy getting bopped off a few times, which is weird. You don't see that too often as a Lucio getting booped off. Usually the other way around, but anyway.
I'm going to be honest, I didn't know you could wall ride on that side of the map.
We saw it today.
Area here. But now we know. The more you know, ladies and gentlemen, you learn something new every day. And
Absolutely.
speaking of every day, let's figure out where we are going next. It's going to be none other, ladies and gentlemen, than Kings Row.
Let's go.
We always go back to Kings Row.
Kings Row.
It's like a favorite.
Kings Row is my favorite. Obviously,
It's
this is a map that, I began my competitive career on.
Began your competitive career.
It was the one where I got my first victory as a competitive player. Obviously, me and the Roadhog, we do go way back there, both back in the map because it took us a little while to get a hold, but also just way back time-wise. Interesting to see what they do here. Obviously, can expect them maybe rotating through hotel and defense. I don't know though. I'm not on the black team. So I'm not really going to be 100% sure of their strategy. Maybe you see the sim, maybe you see them going off to high ground. I don't know, but I feel like you know more about this than me and more of their tendencies. What do you see here on attack for SU, assuming that's what they start off with?
SU on attack, they like to play Mei here. They do like to play their Mei. They also like to stick Agape on the Hanzo. We see that basically, honestly, 100% of the time on Kings Row.
I think I saw McCree one time.
Yes, but Agape will play Hanzo at some point in the map.
Okay.
And it's typically on defense, and the McCree is used on the attack. But I think our chances of seeing it on attack are fairly high, as we have seen it used before, and it worked pretty well.
Of course.
We shall see. They're just double checking.
And then maybe you see a swap off the Diva to Zarya. Maybe get that grab dragon.
I think we're gonna see the grab dragon. 100%.
And give me a second. I'll go get that. Oh no, we're good.
Oh no.
I don't know who is that.
They're doing like a thing downstairs in the auditorium.
Oh, what is it?
I don't know. I really do not know.
Interesting.
Maybe it's the concert.
Oh, maybe it's just maybe it's the concert, which is why Justin's not playing
Yeah.
tonight.
Same with Justin too.
Lauren, did you need food?
Oren is going to get a piece of
Anyways.
I had nugs.
Give me a second. I'm gonna go.
You're gonna
Not go.
You're leaving me? Anyways, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to Kings Row. It's like the gift that keeps on giving. We keep coming back here and we keep having a good time. It makes me want some shortbread and jam. You ever had shortbread and jam, Austin? No? Maybe? Shortbread and jam? Potentially, I don't know. I like shortbread and jam. If you do as well, put it in the chat or in the comments. Austin, perfect timing. Do you like shortbread and jam?
No.
Really?
No.
Have you had shortbread and jam?
Yes, I do not like it.
Really?
Yeah.
It's so good.
Why are you talking like that?
It's Kings Row. It's London.
It's so good.
It's so good, mate.
It's so good, mate.
like
Okay,
Cameo.
no, this isn't Rocket League.
Yeah, but it is Kings Row, which is England.
And you were right. You see them sticking to the Mei, as
it
you
is
said.
Kings Row.
And I feel like Agape, though, moving on to the Sombra, is that a surprise to you at all?
It is a surprise to me. I haven't seen Agape on the Sombra.
Usually it has been Kale playing Sombra.
Yeah.
Agape, I'm going to hop off to the McCree, as we
Gosh
said.
darn you, Jordan.
Maybe they heard us, but you
I
do
don't
have
think they can.
you do have our earlier prediction of switching over to the Zarya. I definitely think that's a better idea, especially for this map. But we'll just see how this plays out in this first fight. Going to have the Mei wall and a
look at
really
that! The
great Mei
charge
wall.
shot block there was beautiful. The lamps and the freezes coming out, though. It's going to be Kale and Mako frozen up here.
Wow.
Oh my goodness, look at this. It's going to be Husker coming on through with the Mei. The icicles coming through. That flashbang is going to be keeping Gaming Legacy alive there. but it will be Agape.
And you gotta give credit to Nadian. He did his best with the Immortality Field with all the heals he could muster. It was really close, really trying to keep that Ryan alive, but at the end of the day, Mako was going to fall. Not a bad way to enter. I definitely thought they had the right idea of Kale with the wall to isolate that Ryan, but then you had the opponent's wall, and it just turned into one big mess in which Arkansas came out on top, and here we have the exact same thing playing out.
Okay, yeah, Agave is going to be the first to fall in this exchange here. Both Immortality
Window is going to come out.
Is up.
I don't know about that window.
I think it's more of a deterrent window, right?
Sure.
Like, they put it there to be like, yeah, you better back off.
I feel like the fight's probably won at that point, but I understand where you're coming from. That makes sense.
Because the thing about window 2 is, especially when you're doing things like a May,
oh, and Nadian this time going to pop a window of his own.
mainstream is not affected by the window.
Sure.
It's only like projectile things. It's not streams. That's why, like Zarya, you right-click through it instead of left-click through it, and things like that. Who is texting me? I don't get
Oh,
right
B
now.
gonna come down from Arkansas, and once again SEU.
Oh, that's gonna be a kill on the Husker and the Cac right here. This is why SEU needs
big
that barrier's
B.
gonna come down. Mako is still alive. The Shatter is able to help kind of get this fight going. Window
Pop
goes
the top,
up
gonna
from
try
top.
to keep Ratak alive, but not gonna do it. And well, a fight that I thought was lost, going to turn into a win for SCU, and it all started on that beat by Gaming Legacy. Great timing, great execution, and SCU took advantage of that.
I would even warrant to say the battle started to turn before that. I would say
Really?
it was when Kakarot fell. Right?
Okay,
When
obviously.
Kakarot fell, they lost their Reinhardt, and I feel like Arkansas has really been playing around their tanks.
Yeah,
Right?
absolutely.
And admittedly, that's a lot of teams and a lot of team cons, is you play around your tanks, because tanks are kind of the lifeblood in a sense, besides supports, right? Because if your tanks go down, suddenly your DPS and, oh, here we go, the wall to kind of prevent a lot of the damage coming through here. Kale Games is going to be alive, and the rest of the team, it will be Mako falling. The frost finally goes away. Immortality Field is down for Arkansas here, but SU is going to be falling. One by one, it's Kairos trying to get out, and he will not be able to.
Right, but I do
Arkansas
agree with what
retreats.
you said there. Definitely going to be the tanks who sort of determine which way the battle turns. But I also think especially the Ryan. I was talking with Nadine just the other day, and he did say with most tanks, if one of them goes down, the fight's still winnable. But when your Ryan goes down, that's really when things are not looking good.
That Ryan goes down, that. Oh, here we
and the
go.
grab
It's
gonna
going to
come
be
out.
the double grab, the high noon coming out from Spades here, just waiting for. Oh, the
Oh,
wall
what a
from
wall.
Kale. It's going to be the ice coming up here from Kale as well with that blizzard. It's going to be helping them get the advantage in this fight, but suddenly the advantage
Mako
is
with
turning
a
into equality.
six-man,
And
is
Mako
it?
says, no, the advantage is
Huge
ours. The
shatter,
fight
and
is
Agape
ours.
going to. Oh, Agape gonna come in with his own comboing with that shatter. Oh, the Lucio can the Gilmate can. And let me tell you, let's go back just a little bit and talk about Kale's wall there to counter Spades' Deadeye.
Yeah,
that was great.
You'll know he was just kind of waiting until he got out of his ice block and then popped out, used the
Absolutely,
wall.
yeah, I
he
saw
used
it.
the blizzard. That was a lot of ultimates used from SU in that fight, though. That's 3 ultimates to 3 ultimates total there, which... Hey, that's a lot of ults. That's half your team's ults.
Right.
Look up here, though, up at the top of Spade.
And we can talk about ult economy all day. And you know what? You're right. You do want to save your ults and use them wisely. But at the end of the day, if you win a fight, is it really wasting the ult?
Oh, no. I think there is a way to say you can win the fight, but still be a waste of ultimates here. Kairos trying his hardest to get that last little push.
And they are just... I feel like there's not a worse sight than when you're just a few inches away and you have to make them march your shame all the way back to the point for the fight.
Well, it's not inches. It's centimeters.
Centimeters, there you go.
We're on the metric system in Overwatch.
Because that means that not only do you have the long spawn, but the payload's also going to come back a bit.
Yep.
And the other team also has plenty of time to get back into shape. So it's really terrible as Kale's going to look for a wall here, specifically to isolate that Ryan, as so many mates have done before him. Ooh, nice little headshot on Spades there.
Yeah, definitely a nice headshot to kind of get damage.
Oh.
Shower coming down. It's not going to be getting anything. The wall's going to prevent. Here comes the Gravidon Surge
And
from
Kale-
Rattack, though.
Kale definitely not happy about that charge.
No.
As you hear in the
That was
background,
unfortunate.
his shriek of terror, which I've heard just yesterday, actually. from
Yeah,
Kale.
I did too. I gotta say, he's playing May, and considering what happened yesterday that brought that about, he should be thanking you for that.
I feel like isn't the ice going to like hurt him or something? Because it's so
It
cold?
could hurt him, it's a little cold.
Anyway,
That's for
that's
Kale if he
another
ever
story
watches
for
it.
another time.
Anyways, here we go. SU coming back in with the fight already. The ice block is going to have to be used for Kale here. The
Window's
coming
gonna
up
come
here.
out.
We're going to have 4 ultimates in this fight available.
Oh,
That's
big
gonna be
shatter
4.
behind noon. Can the wall get there? But a beat.
Ooh.
Oh no, not a beat from.
No, it's going to be the
I wasn't sure
shield.
which one the beat was on.
It was both beats. Both beats used in that fight. Oh my goodness. And Kale just trying to stay alive.
And it looks
Push.
like that is going to be as far as the push will take them.
But wait. There's a chance.
Can Mako touch with 5 seconds?
There's
Body
a chance.
block.
Go, Mako.
And no, it doesn't look like he will be able
Go,
to.
John. Oh.
No, not going to be able to touch there. And I'm sure SU probably wanted a little bit more out of that push.
Yeah, I think they did as well. But I got to say, Arkansas has been playing extremely well.
I like what you said earlier, how they've been playing with their tanks really well. Very few times have you seen them sort of isolated from the team or isolated from their Rhine.
And even when, like, for example, in that first push, when the Reinhardt on Kakarot there, Kakarot on the Reinhardt got isolated with the wall, his team kind of was like, help the Rhine.
Right,
And they, like,
yeah.
all dove in and were like, you dare attack our Reinhardt?
Exactly, and that's sort of what you got to do. When you see your Rhine in trouble, you got to get in there, you got to get your healers on him, you got to get your DPS there, you got to make sure that your Rhine stays alive, because he is the centerpiece of your front line.
Mm-hmm. I like this little dark area here.
And I don't know, maybe do you think if you're SCU, you play a little bit more to that, to their dependence on the Reinhardt, and maybe try to find a way to isolate him. And I know they've been trying to do that with the Mei, but with the counter Mei, that hasn't been happening very much.
No, I think, honestly, in this situation, you go get the squishies.
You get what?
You get the squishies, get the supports,
right,
get
okay.
the DPS. Because their tanks, they're just putting... Arkansas is putting so much into their tanks here, right?
Right, yeah.
They're saying keep the tanks alive at all costs. That's kind of been their motto. So if you get rid of the people keeping the tanks alive, well, suddenly that doesn't work.
Sure, and with no res on the side of Arkansas, no mercy, you get rid of those squishies. They're gone for the fight.
Going for the fight, the wall is going to be coming up. They're going to get
And the immortality field going to go down, and
Mako,
this time Mako going to be isolated and killed right off the bat.
Yeah.
And let me tell you, I really like the way Spades has been playing tonight.
Ooh.
He has been one of the better McCrees I've seen.
Yeah, Spade's really been showing up on this McCree, hitting the shots he needs to hit, his ultimate. Some of them getting blocked, but a lot of them have been extremely effective. Kairos going to be taking a bullet or two for Kale there.
I saw that jumping in
He's
front
going
of
to
him.
be keeping alive and getting the kill on the way out.
But nevertheless, Arkansas should have plenty of time to push this payload all the way home, or at least half of the way home, which is really all they need. But wow, a lot going on here. The wall's going to come down, and
There's a lot going
Humster
on here.
going to die here. Agape, Mako,
Kairos
and
gets
SU
frozen.
coming back like a raging storm.
Yeah, it's going to be SU. Their attack was not the greatest there, but their defense has been doing, Yeah, they didn't get the point held for as long as you would want, but they're keeping them back here for a good amount of time
Mako's
to
gonna have a
set them
shatter.
up for later.
Spades high noon too.
Heinen's
I'm
ready
sure
to
Kale
go
probably
here.
saving that wall for it.
Yeah, honestly, the walls have been so important in this game. That wall is down, and it's going to be Arkansas taking note of that. They know, hey, we've got about 10 seconds before
Oh,
it comes
big
back up.
shatter!
Oh, the shatter! That's
But
going to
the
get
immortality field going to come down. Is it going to get any kills? There's the beat.
And a
it
blizzard.
Doesn't look like it.
Oh, the grab. I have never seen so many ultimates used
Wow.
in every single fight than I have in this set.
And
here.
that might
it has
do
been
it.
ult
It's
after
crazy.
ult after ult here.
It's crazy. It's like they just keep on. They have one ult, then another ult to counter, then another ult to combo with the one they just used, then another counter, then another combo. It is crazy, but that craziness has come to an end as Arkansas going to take the second map with only one match to go. And if SU wants to stay in it, they have to win.
I do indeed. But I just gotta say, right? So You know, we've
And
talked
maybe
about
let's
before
check this out.
that, like, I'll wait for after this play of the game. This was in this
is
last
the
fight. Look
window.
at this.
I don't-
Look at this.
I don't really see a window grab combo too much. Like, I know it's a combo, but I just don't really see it that much. And I think you use it the most in King's Row when you have that really narrow hallway, so many of them throughout the map, where it just makes sense to do that.
Yeah, no, but like we've talked about before with Overwatch, right? How when it comes to Overwatch, ultimates are so important.
They really are.
They are the thing that wins you the
The
game.
lifeblood of a battle. I like that word. Because it's like it's like
I was
it's like
I was going to
counterintuitive.
use that, but I didn't want to. And
It's-
then you said,
I
was
know,
like, okay,
I know,
I'll say
because
that.
it's like it's counterintuitive because you use an ultimate to get kills, but it's the lifeblood.
lifeblood.
So it's like counterintuitive
It's
of
crazy.
what the ult's
Um,
motivation is.
But no, so
Unless it's a healing ultimate.
yeah, that's true. Regardless,
Sorry,
though,
I interrupted you.
I have never seen so many ultimates used than this entire set here.
Right.
Arkansas and SE have just been ultimates back and forth, back and forth. A blizzard goes, the other blizzard goes, a window goes, so another window goes up, graviton, shatter.
Right.
It has just been back and forth. And the hard part is, I will say, because they're running mirror comps, you hear it, and then you go, okay, which team is it? And I look at the game
It's
screen,
crazy.
and
I don't
I'm
even
like,
know sometimes.
I gotta pick a side. I gotta go, is it blue or is it red? I can't tell right away.
Sometimes
I
sometimes I feel like each team is just waiting until they have all their ults and then just using them.
They're like, let's see
And
the
they're like-
casters cast this.
I see. I can imagine the conversation going on in chat. Okay, we have all our ults. Hold on, let's give the other team a second to get all their ults too, so we can just launch them all together.
No, they all chat. They whisper to each other, like, "Hey, are all your ults ready? Yeah, they're ready. You ready to do this? Yeah, the casters are gonna have a blast doing this."
Caster is gonna have to have to go to the hospital a little bit. Caster's gonna have PTSD from all the ultimates.
Oh,
I'm telling you, I'm gonna be playing tonight for Red Team, and I'm just gonna see a window. I'm gonna flash back to this game and just freeze.
you know what we didn't actually see from Agape last match?
Let me tell you, it was the Hanzo.
It was the Hanzo, the 100%.
I feel like
Hanzo
was that a mini caster curse of the fact that you said you've never seen him without a
on King's
Hanzo?
Row. He
And-
always used it at least once, but today's
But we
a
see
new
a
day.
Hanzo, but not from Agape. Gonna go with that. And let me
It's
tell
gonna be
you,
Husker.
this is a comp unlike any other from SCU. I feel like, and let me tell you, this might not be the case, but I feel like they're kind of just listen, what we've been doing the past 2 games has not been working at all. We just need to completely change it up.
That's fair.
Maybe, if anything, just to shake them a little bit.
No, I definitely agree with that. I feel like a lot of this map is going to be decided on
Pyro's gonna get
how
some
they
charge.
treat these very different comps, right? Because King's
Ooh.
Row and Lijiang, there is a degree of similarity with how the maps are in terms of choke points and stuff, whereas Volskaya is a bit different. Here, Mako's actually going to be the first to fall in this fight here on the Monkey, and now SEO is going to have to make do without him here. It looks like they're doing it
Pyro's
so
gonna go
far.
down
Both
too.
supports down on Arkansas, one down on the side of SEU here. Kale going to be right in the face of CAC right here, and SEU is winning this first fight.
Absolutely, and definitely
They
big
just gotta get on the
big
point.
credit to the DPS there.
Hey.
I was a little concerned. You saw
They backed out.
You don't really know just yet, but
No,
big.
they backed out.
I don't know. I feel like
Did
you
I
pushed
miss?
this.
I feel like I missed something.
You
there.
pushed this, right? That's just the McCree.
I feel like I missed something.
They seemed
there.
really hesitant to get on that point.
Yeah.
But either way, no matter what, you got to give props to the DPS there because I saw both tanks going down.
Oh, the
Ooh.
reload.
I like that, honestly. But I like that for McCree in that instance because High Noon is such a situational ultimate that sometimes it's worth it just to go for the reload. But anyway, as I was saying,
Hi, Chase.
as I was saying there, big credit to the DPS. They both tanks went down, but the DPS still able to get some kills. But it looks like it might not even matter. And I wonder, going back to what happened earlier, there was a lot of hesitance to touch on point, and I'm just not quite sure why. Maybe that's something we'll have to talk to the players about afterward.
Yeah, I'm not entirely certain why they were so hesitant there. Kale does have his personality matrix ready to go, but it's not going to matter for this. They take the first point just a few minutes into Volskaya here, going towards the second port. They have 2 ultimates ready to go with a couple more waiting in the wings here. But looking at Arkansas, they're about to have 3 ultimates up as well, and they have the Grab Dragon combo.
And this
ready
is
to go
this is going to be huge. Obviously, Grab Dragon, sort of the bread and butter of Overwatch Ultimate combos. Definitely going to be looking forward to this
It's
one.
like day one. Here it is. Just
Not going to be able to scoop anything up, but instead...
that was a weird grab.
Husker. It was a weird grab. I feel like... I don't know if that was more just a weird grab or more just the fact that Ratak wasn't really expecting Husker to clean up every single kill.
Yeah.
At this point now, though, you do see Ratak coming off, moving over to the Hog, probably not wanting to wait to generate another grab to use Grab Dragon. And I feel like Grab Dragon kind of... I don't want to say loses some of effectiveness, but isn't as necessary when you're running a control point sort of scenario, because you can drag in the point, which is where everyone's sort of going to have to stay.
You can also grab everyone off of
and that's going to be a decent dragon, only going to get one, but a big piece nevertheless.
Yeah, I gotta say though, we've talked about how Arkansas is playing better than SU during these, but we've seen some strange ultimates from them here.
It's been interesting. And here we go, we have Kairos popping off, moving over onto the grab, not going to secure any kills. Instead, Spades is going to knock off Nadian. There is going to be the beat by Arkansas.
Witty.
Maybe a little bit of a preemptive beat, but got the job done nevertheless.
See, but that's the kind of thing I'm talking about, right? Sure, you could use beat there, but even if they hadn't used beat, they
still win that fight.
Would have won the fight.
AF Kairos, they're going to be taken down.
I see a world where they would have lost that fight without the beat. It's going to be the step right up from Spades, though. Looks like it's...
Probably
maybe
another weird one. I don't necessarily know how necessary that is. I feel like,
weird ults.
There is that... ongoing debate with beat. Is it supposed to be a preemptive ult, or is it supposed to be a reactive ult?
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I'm on the side of reactive. I think they wait until they need it and then use it. I just don't think it was needed at that portion of the fight.
No, I agree with you there. And now we just see Agape and Gaming Legacy trying to hold their ground and deal as much damage as they can to kind of deter the chase here from Arkansas. But man, SU not in a great spot here.
They're not, but don't worry just yet, because there's still plenty of time. We're sitting at 2 minutes and 30 seconds, and there's still a lot of promising ults on the side of SEU. Going to be interesting to see what they use here. My question is, who does Kale mirror? I could only assume it would be the Rhine.
I think Ryan is the best choice, and my reasoning.
And here we go. Is this the mirror? Yep, it is.
It's not even so much the ultimate, right?
I
think it's more just the hammer. The ability to have the hammer, which deals so much damage. Oh, that Shadow's gonna miss. But
like you said, the hammer is the most important part. It's the star of the show.
Yeah.
And he's gonna get a second hammer to make up for the first one, and Kale going to be taking the point all by himself.
He's gonna survive and he's gonna be taking it, but here comes Kakarot back on the point. He says, "You copied me and killed the team. I'm pretty ticked at you, my friend." And Kale is gonna be backing up with 2 HP here. The heal is coming through from Nadian. And
absolutely.
Now, SU, they have managed to secure a tick and about just a little under half, I'd say 45%.
There's a ball. When did this guy get here?
He just got there now.
Kairo's gonna wreck the Doomfist, and usually that's not something you see. You don't see the ball wrecking the Doomfist.
Nah, if your ball, you can get rid of Doomfist.
Oh, yeah.
If you want, because you're.
I wasn't sure. Wasn't it the other way around?
Nah, I'd say ball has an advantage with the ability to grapple out of the way if you're fast enough.
This time, Doom gonna go for another target. This time, Kale, and it's gonna be a little bit of a trade.
He can't so much. Here is SU.
Kale doing a lot here, though. Honestly, having a very strong game.
He's having a good game on the Echo here. Once he kind of felt his groove there.
Right, and Kale has played so many different characters just in this game tonight.
Wait a second.
He started off the game as Junk and then moved over to May, and now we see him on Echo. And yeah, now we see him moving again this time to Doomfist of all characters.
Hey, Doomfist is a good character.
I know he's your favorite, Finn. I will try to tailor.
Well, Zenyatta is my favorite, but it's good. All right, here we go. The Graviton and the Meteor Strike
here's
combo coming out
in.
here. It's going to be the Earth Shatter and the Valkyrie for SU here. And everyone's still alive. Oh, Mako finally falling here. The res most likely going to be coming through in just a moment. There it is. Mako's coming back up. But Kairos and Nadian are down as well. And it's going to be Husker looking to clean them up here. 8 seconds on the clock. They got to get to the point, and they got to get there now. Mako's there, but he can't last forever. But here comes Gaming Legacy. The heals are coming through, but it's not going to be enough, and Gaming Legacy gets charged. And that's going to
Man.
be the first half of Volskaya.
Absolutely a phenomenal match by both sides, and let me tell you the highlight of it all, the mirror by Kale clearing out the entire enemy team.
That was
If
good.
only he wasn't all alone on the point, but nevertheless, SCU, I'm sure, probably a little bit discontent with what they got on that last point, but they did get a tick, and I feel like if they really push through, they can
There's a
get
wall
this
there.
last map, and they can keep the game going on just a little bit longer.
No, honestly, here's the thing, right? SU's defense needs to be solid here. And I say that every single time where it's like, oh, to win the map,
Which
their
is
defense
usually
has
their
to be
weaker
solid.
side.
Yeah, I was going to say, I would say SU is better on attack than they are on defense.
And I feel like that's kind of a trend with most teams. I don't know if that's necessarily unique to SEU.
Yeah, I mean, Overwatch is... How to put it? Attacking is super important.
And I feel like some maps also favor attacking over defending.
It's better.
I would say Volskaya...
I don't know if
It's
that's one of.
pretty even.
I don't know if Volskaya is one of those maps per se. Not really what I was implying, but
I do
understand.
I'm saying, in my opinion, Volskaya is kind of even. And my
Sure.
reasoning for that is this choke point right here. We could talk about this.
I think the truck makes a really big
the
impact.
truck makes
honestly.
it a pain to get through here.
Your
right?
team can very easily
But-
get split on Volskaya too when attacking. You can end up going to different sides. You also do have the high ground right there if you're able to get up to it, just behind the truck. Okay,
But at
let's
the
see
same
what they're.
time,
Ooh, hold up. Go back to Husker.
Oh, you want to go back to
I
Husker?
want to see the Doom. He's getting a little cheeky here.
Yo.
Oh, he's just gonna
all the
retreat
way,
back.
all the way. Oh,
Cairo saying, "Not today, Mr. Doom, Doctor Doom."
Dr. Doom.
I don't know why I didn't think of that faster.
Dude, if we ever have a player whose name is Doctor
Dr.
and he plays
Doom?
Doomfist, then he can be Dr. Doom. But Husker gets taken down pretty quick in that fight. It's going to be Mako, though, taken down as well as Agape. Kairos is out of mech, trying to build it back up. Gaming Legacy falls, and now, oh my goodness. SU, this is not what you want here. This is not what you can afford to have happen, but it is going to be Arkansas State getting the first point here and making their way towards the second.
And things did look promising for SU after that initial pick really earlier on the Doomfist, but or really early on, on the Doomfist, but nevertheless, still able to get that fight won again. These DPS on Arkansas have been playing out of their mind. I mean, the whole team has, but I think it's really important for SEU. I think in a position like this, you're tempted to think, well, it's over, let's just give up, but you do
Definitely
got to
not.
play this out, and we'll see if SEU can come, see if they have
Double
one
window.
last trick up their hat. With the window, is that
I
shield
mean-
going to go down, but going to get stunned?
It's going to be Spade on the
Spades.
side.
And I think that's sort of fitting. Honestly, I feel like Spades has had the number of these players all night long.
He really has. It's going to be Husker. Both DPS take it down on the side of Arkansas, but a tank and a support down for SU here. Blizzard's going to be coming out from Kale. It's going to be helping to kind of clean up those that are left on the point here. The barrier coming out from Witty. Again, they just want to keep them on here as long as possible. They only need a tick and a
Agape
half.
going to say, listen, I know there's a really good McCree on one side of the field, but I'm here to show you
That it's me.
that it's me.
That was smooth, dude. Super smooth.
I was gonna say something else, but thank you.
You
No,
said better than great.
I was playing around with different things in my head. I was like, but I'm here to show you that there's another staring right back at you. Or if I was gonna say but there's another, or I was gonna
This
say,
town ain't big enough for the two.
or I was gonna say, I know there's one really good McCree on one side of the field, but I'm not half bad either, or something like that. But I just lost it. Anyway, back to the game.
Back to the game at hand. It's going to be
Karakot.
Kakarot taken down right before he gets his shatter off. And it's going to be the self-destruct and the Deadeye.
And
ready to
obviously,
go.
that
Rescue
kill on the
him.
Rhine, like we've talked about all night, huge for winning this first fight. And it looks like that's exactly what SCU gonna do. Kale
Right in
Ken a
the
little bit
foot.
cheeky with it.
Dude, Witty just got shot right in the foot there.
Watching all this in my Hawaiian shirt making me a little bit cold. Volskaya definitely not the map to be dressing warm.
It's a cool map, though.
Or dressing cold. I don't know, dressing warm? What do you call it? Is it dressing warm if you're dressing
I think
very
you just,
light? Dressing cold? Because, nobody says dressing
no
cold.
one says that, do they?
That's what I'm saying.
There's no term
So,
for
is there a term for when you're dressing for when it's hot out? There's
it.
not.
No, you just kind of
Shoot.
dress. You just dress for when it's hot out.
Huh. That's I'm glad that I cast because it makes me have revelations like this as MPH probably going for a really
Life-changing
big,
conversation.
Oh, this
The
is gonna be
immortality
big.
field. It's
Gonna
not
get
going to
two.
be saving them, though. as it falls right before the meteor strike comes down. And it's going to be SU
And
down
Kakarot gonna be
5.
getting
Kairos,
3.
the last remaining member here to stand against all odds.
Ladies and gentlemen, thank you for joining us, but that is going to be...
No, it's not over yet. The contest comes through. And, the barrier's not going to be
Ladies and
there.
gentlemen, thank you for
There it
joining
is.
us. That is going to be SU Overwatch.
Dang.
What a game. What a night. What a time. I don't know. What's the third thing? What a game. No, it would be what a day. No, it would be what a game. What a night. What a team.
Yeah.
No, what a night. What a game. What a team. There you go. That's the order you're doing it because it collectively gets like more specific.
Gets more and more
From
specific.
night to game to team. But anyway.
Alright, well, folks, that'll be all for this first set of Overwatch games. But until next time, we'll see you in a little bit when we'll have Red Team's game live for
Wish me
all
luck,
of you.
Ben.
It'll be good. It'll be
Yes,
a
it
good
will.
time.
Yes, it will
But
be.
we'll see you in a little bit. Go get a snack, do whatever you need to do, and we'll see you guys at 9 o'clock.